Alrighty, guys, welcome back into Slaughterhouse Sports, and I wanted to come back today and let's talk about the NFL Combine. Let's talk about these quarterbacks. So we're going to break this video down into, three separate segments, just talking about this year's quarterback class. And to me, it's an incredibly interesting quarterback class. And we're going to start out with, the guys that I first saw throw the football today, and that was Bo Nix and JJ Mccarthy. They were the headline this afternoon in the first portion of the scouting combine that ended up transpiring, that ended up happening in Indianapolis in Lucas Oil Stadium. All right, give me one sec. Good. Now we're back. So here we go. It was nice to have a crowd there. I thought that out of every quarterback in that group, I thought that JJ McCarthy was actually the best quarterback. I mean, he looked really good hitting these dig throws. I mean, JJ McCarthy, the only knock you can say on him today at the Combine was, he has 9-inch hands. And, Jared Goff and Joe Burrow, Derek Carr, those are a couple of quarterbacks that don't have the biggest hands, but that's, it's a minimal threshold, for hand size. I mean, a lot of the best quarterbacks in the NFL have 10-inch hands, and that's just, the way that it goes. And, it's a worry a little bit with JJ McCarthy, but, the way that you can, mud up the football and the way that you can, pepper and doctor the football, I think that JJ could still grip the ball, and he was throwing the ball very, very well. I mean, the dig routes today that he was throwing was elite. I mean, he was threading the needle on those dig routes, 15 yard, 20 yards down the field. He was hitting the curls, and then he was hitting the outpost route. An outpost route's like a 7. If you have a little bit of a cover 2, you're looking to hit the cover 2. Not really like a whole shot, but mostly like instead of an in post, it's an outpost. It's a 7 route on the route tree, which is, go 7 and then, 7 in and then take it out. JJ was layering the ball perfectly. He had a tremendous throwing combine today. I was wowed. I was really impressed. His mechanics are getting better and better. JJ McCarthy, actually at IMG Academy, he was a hockey player. So he's a gamer, right? He was a hockey player from LaGrange, Illinois, which is right outside of Chicago. In high school, JJ McCarthy had a better throwing motion than he did at the University of Michigan. He's got this chicken wing, arm sort of Brock Purdy-ian release that's just, I want to see him tighten up his release. And today it looked like he was doing it. Now, there are quarterbacks, like Dak Prescott fixed this a little bit. Jalen Hurts kind of has that to some degree. Josh Allen had it a tad. Patrick Mahomes had it out of Texas Tech a little bit. So that can get fixed a little bit. And today, JJ McCarthy, he outshined Bo Nix at the Combine. JJ McCarthy had a stronger arm than Bo Nix, threw the deep ball better, taller quarterback than Bo, and honestly was just the most consistent out of the group. I mean, Joe Milton put on a show. Joe Milton is somebody, though, at Tennessee that would really, really struggle in spots. The second half against Alabama, he really struggled at the Senior Bowl. Puts the ball in harm's way too much. And that's somebody that is, coming from a Josh Heupel offense that's not that applicable to the NFL. Unless you are a Patrick Mahomes, if you have a really strict air raid offense, it's hard to pick that up and learn that. So Milton's already 24 years old. Like, is Milton going to be a backup, and are you going to develop Joe Milton? I don't think that teams have that patience. So he put on a show. He was incredible. He has great arm talent. some of the best in terms of him maneuvering the pocket, in terms of him getting through reads and playing accurately within structure on the field. On the field, he's just not the same guy as he is at the combine. At the combine, he's a star. On the field, he's not. Bo Nix. Bo Nix is somebody that on the field is better than he was at the combine. Now, he wasn't a total disaster, but he was not very good. The out throws, he wasn't sharp. The deep throw, he would throw it, with he wouldn't throw it with a right amount of trajectory. Either the ball would hang, or then he would try to drive the ball, and he would drive it and not put enough trajectory on it. So him and the receivers were not on the same page. Now, this is something where it's throwing at the combine. It's not with it's not with Troy Franklin. It's not with Gary Bryant. It's not with Trayshawn Holden. It's not with the receivers that he was throwing to at Oregon. It wasn't with his guys. So they have different intricacies. Every receiver has different timing, has different patterns, has different movements that it's hard to hit. But Bo Nix today, his arm is decent. His arm's okay. His arm is fine. But JJ Mccarthy actually had a bigger arm. JJ Mccarthy was more accurate over the middle of the field. And this was an event in which Bo Nix could have been really excellent at pinning the throws down. But Bo was just okay. His footwork, as noted on the broadcast, was pretty dang clean. And Bo Nix, seemed casual. But I'm telling you that Bo Nix also has that competitive edge. So, I look at Bo and JJ. Now, it's interesting. JJ McCarthy has more movement skills than Bo. I think JJ even might be faster than Bo. Bo can make some outside structure plays, but JJ might have a slightly higher upside in that department. Bo Nix has played a lot more football. He was a lot more efficient with throwing the ball. I mean, the guy threw for 45 touchdowns, 78% completion percentage. The last 2 years at Oregon with Kenny Dillingham and Will Stein, Bo Nix was on master mode, and he was going against Pac-12 defenses that were on rookie mode. I mean, he was slicing and dicing it up at Oregon. He was that good. So, can Bo Nix play in the NFL and be pretty good? I mean, he is only 6'1". You wonder about the ceiling for Bo Nix, but I believe that if he goes to Minnesota, if he goes to Denver, if he maybe sits behind Derek Carr, I think that Bo Nix is going to pick up an NFL offense. I think that he does have the arm strength to make it work. He does have mobility skills. He is a little bit smaller, but I don't think it's Mac Jones where it's a hopeless case where Mac doesn't have the talent. Mac Jones has it kind of between the ears in terms of his processing, but does Mac have the talent? Mac does. Mac has a weak arm, and Mac can't move. So Bo Nix and JJ McCarthy, JJ has the arm, and JJ can move. And JJ seems to have the intangible of being a really good teammate. What JJ doesn't have is a lot of playing experience. The guy's only played 2 years, and he wasn't asked to carry a team throwing the football. It was mostly a running team for Blake Corum and these other guys, and JJ would throw it 20 times and be really efficient doing that. And listen, that was good, but guys like Brock Purdy or guys like Patrick Mahomes that played at Texas Tech, CJ Stroud, they got to throw the ball a lot more. Look at it. Even Josh Allen at Wyoming had to kind of carry the team a bit. And Brian Daboll in Buffalo made Josh Allen kind of carry the team a little bit. So are these guys freak quarterbacks? No. There's guys that have more talent in this class than both of these guys. With Bo Nix, Bo's older, as just like Michael Penix is. He's played a lot of football. He was in the the limelight since his first game at Auburn in 2018. So he's been on the scene a while. Bo's going to be somebody that you should start as a rookie, kind of like Kenny Pickett, where I think Bo will be a good quarterback, but, he's going to be somebody where run after catch is going to be important, going to be a point guard style. I think that Sean Payton or Kevin O'Connell's offense will be perfect for Bo. I think that Minnesota is the best landing spot for any quarterback because I believe Kevin O'Connell's a great teacher and quarterback, and you even saw Nick Mullins have a lot of success. And then Jordan Addison looks like a great pick, and Justin Jefferson's there with TJ Hawkinson. So you have great weapons and you have a great play caller, and you play in a dome. Whoever gets to go to Minnesota is going to hit. I think for JJ McCarthy, if he's rushed into the fire too early and he's in a bad situation, he's going to fail because his mechanics, he's not going to maybe know his reads as well. He wasn't asked to carry a team. He needs more practice reps. The guy needs preseason reps, and he needs reps. He's only played 2 years. This is somebody that can use some time to sit for at the very least 3/4 of a season and then hit the ground running in his sophomore year in the NFL. But JJ McCarthy today had a great day. He proved that he can be, still worthy of a first-round quarterback, maybe in the middle first round. And you hope that JJ McCarthy, with patience, can turn into a decent, good quarterback. You look at Jordan Love at the end of the first round, and Jordan Love had the physical traits, okay? And then they waited with Jordan Love, and it all kind of worked out. JJ McCarthy needs to go somewhere with a really good play caller and a good running game. With Bo Nix can play immediately. Bo Nix can distribute the ball, but J.J. McCarthy's going to have that higher upside in terms of J.J.'s just a more physical runner. J.J.'s a bigger kid. J.J.'s faster. So who would you like? I mean, they're both a little bit of risk. When Bo Nix is around these huge NFL guys, is he going to pick up the blitz? Will he have enough talent? I worry about the talent part of Bo Nix, and what am I going to get with Bo Nix? So both of these guys are reliant to me on their fits. I guess I'm biased towards Bo Nix because I love the story of how he came back from Auburn, how his dad was a coach, how everybody makes fun of him for playing too many games. And I love the Dan Lanning, Bo Nix relationship. I've been on the ground floor of the Oregon thing. Of Dan Lanning in Oregon. I've been on the ground floor supporting Bo Nix when he was a castaway from Auburn and he was in a quarterback battle with Ty Thompson 2 years ago, and everybody was laughing at the fact that he would be a high-round NFL quarterback. And Bo even surprised me with how efficient he is. He's a tremendous competitor. Bo Nix studies the game, all of the intangible values you need in a quarterback. And he can have some off-schedule throws. And from a measurable standpoint, he is 6'1". He has big enough hands. I think that Bo Nix really has a chance to be a solid quarterback. He needs to play immediately. He needs to go first round and actually play and not sit. So for Bo Nix's sake, you better hope he gets taken in the first round and that somebody falls in love with him, because if you're a second-round quarterback, it is a risk. You could be Drew Lock and never find your way in the National Football League. So that's kind of how I view these guys. I now look at JJ and JJ McCarthy through this combine. This is somebody that you can talk about that in college, like he's a good player, but in the NFL, he'll reach his ceiling. That's like Anthony Richardson. That's a little bit what Mahomes was like at Texas Tech. A quarterback, Josh Allen at Wyoming, a quarterback that wasn't asked to do that much in college. Will Levis may be going through the same thing. Are you going to get them where they can reach that big potential? You see this in the NBA draft. JJ was a 4-star recruit. Can they reach that potential in the NFL while being asked to do more than he was at Michigan? So, interesting discussion. I'm open-minded about both of the prospects.